Shall we start? I'm Panossian, and I'm from the ARPA Institute. ARPA is an organization in Los Angeles, and it was founded in 1992. And since 1992, ARPA Institute works in Armenia. The organization itself is composed of experts from various fields. We have economists, we have doctors, engineers, they're of different kinds, scientists, and so on. And the main idea, or the main objective of the Institute is to help Armenia in providing expertise, knowledge, advice in any way we can. We work with the universities and also with the government agencies and try to help in different fields. We have done various activities which I'm not going into, but the main activity that interests you probably is the invention competition, which is the announcement up here. We have an annual invention competition. It is open to all university students in Armenia. The invention can be in any field, whether art, humanities, sciences, engineering, anything you like, but it has to be an invention. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. What do we mean by invention, and what do we mean by innovation? The way you can present your invention is through our website. We have the website arpainstitute.org. You can go to our website and find out the details, the criteria for an invention, submission of an invention, where to submit and how to submit, and you will find all the details you need. We award prizes to the winners. We have a special committee of experts that read and evaluate each and every proposal, and the best proposal, the best invention, is awarded $2,000, the second best $1,000, and then the third $600 and $400. So we have 4 awards. So anybody who has an invention can participate, and if you need any information, you can send us an email at info@arpainstitute.org. So that's the propaganda part. And if there are any questions, you can ask me later. So now, yes?
In between the propaganda and the content, let me interrupt and just do maybe a formal introduction, if that's okay. So first of all, thank you everyone for coming. We have a lot of our College of Engineering students here, as well as some other guests. And of course, as everyone knows, our College of Engineering seminars are open to the public, so I'm happy to see everyone here. Today it's my pleasure to announce Panossian. He's already given a sneak preview, a little bit about some of the work he's involved in. Today the topic, I guess the main topic that we're going to discuss is up there, Innovation, Invention, and Technology Readiness Level. And I think of all the people I could think of who could talk on this topic, I think Dr. Panossian is among the best prepared and knowledgeable. He's a foreign member of our National Academy of Sciences here in Armenia, an adjunct professor at Cal State Northridge, a technical fellow of Boeing, airline company, many of you do know about Boeing. Founder of the ARPA Institute, I think we just heard a little bit about some of the work that ARPA is working on, and the Armenian Engineers and Scientists of America in Los Angeles, founder of each of those institutions. He's worked with NASA on various contracts, worked on control systems, marketing, lots of innovation, He's received several patents and is a senior member of the IEEE, an associate fellow of the AIAA, and a president of ARPA since '92, its founding. And so, I guess without further introduction, thank you once again for coming, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. You can sit here.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first part is an introduction to what do we mean by innovation and what do we mean by invention. Innovation is, of course, very important for any organization, because any organization, the more innovative it is, the more competitive it becomes, and therefore it can surpass the other existing competing organizations. So innovation is a must for every organization if you want to actually make any progress and be better every year. Now, it is usually applied to products, but it is not necessarily related to products only. An innovation could be in an office application. It could be in any area that you're working in. For example, in art, in painting, anything that you can think of. I'm sure there are ways that you can be innovative and create new methods, new ways of doing things, or creating a new system or approach. So, there are 4 essential ingredients for an innovation. But before we go before we go over the 4 essential ingredients, I have to tell you what is the difference between an innovation and an invention. An invention is also an innovation, obviously, but it is the highest level of innovation because it has to strictly satisfy every criteria of an innovation, plus it has certain steps that you have to follow through to make sure that your innovation has become an invention. And also there are various steps or various scales of invention that we are going to discuss. So the first thing that you have to make sure your innovation has is it's something new. So it has to have something that is better and different from any existing system, method, approach that exists that's similar to yours. The second part is it has to be better than what exists. As I said, it has to be new and it has to be better than anything that exists. And then thirdly, it has to have economic value. Otherwise, it can be useful, yes, but then not very applicable. So if it is both new and better than any existing system of the same value, then if you add on top of that some economic importance, which means either you have to make profit out of it or it will give you an edge over existing organizations, which means it is an economic benefit to the organization. So that's the third ingredient. And then the fourth ingredient, which is also important, is widespread appeal, which means when you present it to somebody, they will immediately realize the importance, the significance, and the usefulness of your approach or your product. So if you have all these 4 ingredients in an innovation, you are very likely have created an invention. Now, the degree of each of these also, of course, is important, but still the 4 important criteria items are the ones that I mentioned.
So
now,
there is no scientific merit here, so is it scientifically viable or not? Is not discussed.
Well, if it's in science, then definitely it has to be scientifically
when we say
viable.
innovation, we always understand is something science.
That's what I said in the beginning, but it's not necessarily that.
Not necessarily.
No. In painting, you can have innovation, right? I mean, if you create a new kind of color, for example.
So even not in painting, like in technically, maybe you find something new, you cannot defend your dissertation, you cannot get any degree
Sure.
for that.
Sure.
But this innovation, right?